The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis. As usual, we start out with the charts of the FTSE and the DAX. And as you can see, the DAX has gone into a new high ground. The FTSE is still a little bit weaker, but they're still making small ABCD patterns. Folks, I've been around for a long time. I'm going to have my 80th birthday next month. I've only had a few times that I'm really confused, and I had one of those times this morning at around 4:30. One of the things I like to do here is we have an old sausage maker here in town. He is a delicatessen, and he's a butcher, and he makes Italian sausage, and I buy some, and I keep it frozen. And so I had it out at 4:30, and I usually slice off a little patty to cook. And I had my usual butcher knife, and I had my cutting board, and I started to cut, and all of a sudden the cutting board slipped, and the thing slipped out of my hand, and I could feel the knife go through the sausage and into my fingers. And I said, oh, dear God, now I've done it. The first thing I did was I grabbed the towel on the kitchen, and I wrapped it around as tight as I could. I hopped in the car, and I drove to the hospital, which was about 9 minutes away. And if you think it's not hard to drive a nine-geared Ferrari early in the morning like that, you're wrong. Fortunately, mine's an old Cadillac with an automatic. Anyway, I get to the emergency room, and there's nobody there, thank God, for patients or anything. And I told him, I said, I got a really bad problem. I sliced up my hand, and the nurse took me into the little examining room there. She said, okay, let's see what you got. And she she did open the towel. Folks, I swear to God, I didn't have a cut, and I felt the knife slice through my fingers. And I literally thought I could even feel the blood, and I don't know what happened. And she was startled, but when she saw how startled I was, she realized that I was not joking. And I said, I don't know what happened. And I've never seen anything like this happen before. So I went home to see what it had done. I still can't explain it, but I'm thankful that I didn't cut my hand open, because hand surgery is one of the things that really is tough. And so I really felt blessed on that one. I've been shot twice. Both times I didn't even know I was shot. I mean, it was the heat of the moment. So that's neither here nor there. Let's move on. Today our guest is going to be Norm Winsky. Tomorrow we're going to have the Shane Man on, and we have the solar eclipse coming here on the Thursday. We'll have Tim Bost as our guest there. And with a little luck today, this week, we might have Stan Harley on Friday. He's getting pretty close to looking at it. Now, here are the type of things that we get on the internet that are really difficult to look at that. Hold on one second here. All right, there you can see here. This is some chart. Someone sent this to me. It's supposedly from Morgan Stanley. It doesn't give you any indications what these things are, and it's just showing you all these dots and numbers. Folks, these things are all over the internet. Whether they mean anything or not, I have no idea. I really don't. But you know what? Nobody else does either. That's the beauty of it. So that's the main thing to pay attention to. Now, we have one trade on that's been working quite nicely. And to get this up here to take a look at it, this is the only trade we have on right now. You'll be able to see here that we're up to the 61% retracement now in the euro. You'll notice we were expecting the market to pull down. I put the video out on this over the weekend. Expect the market to back off to the 382 down there, 121.50. The low was 121.45, and we rallied another 50 pips higher. And now we are making a potential 135 pattern. So if you're in this trade, the way I'm handling it is I have taken profits, and I am going to wait and see what happens with the next step with this euro trade, because I'm interested in not how much money I'm going to make, it's how much money I don't want to lose. And I've got a very nice profit in that now of almost, a little over $1,000, and that's enough. So I'm just going to take that off and wait and see how this thing unfolds, and that's what we're watching. Now, another chart that someone was kind enough to show me. I'll cover the TLT in just a minute, folks. If you'll just give me a second to get through these things that I plan to go through with you. This is from Elliott Wave people talking about the trouble viewing in the existing home and sales market and stuff like that. I'm putting this chart up because all I do when I see a chart like this, the first thing I do is I go in and I draw the lines in just like a fifth grader would do. You'll see the ABCD pattern pulls down exactly to the 61% retracement. It goes up and makes an ABCD pattern exactly at the 78% level. And the BC swing is 1.618 of the BC swing. So that's what I do. I look at that. I don't know what the numbers mean or anything like that, and that's all I'm looking at is to do that. I know it sounds like a broken record, but this is a broken record. This business is not hard. Trading is simple, but it's not easy, as Mark Douglas used to say. And the reason why it's not easy is there's so much information, and now with the internet the way it is, there's a lot of misinformation out there. I mean, more than you could ever possibly believe. Now we're going to look here now at TLT. This is the one that, this is the bond market, what's actually the note market. You'll notice here that we've got a couple of patterns up here in the 142 to 143 level. Now, we had our low made back on March 15th with that 3 drive to a bottom pattern. We had a really nice rally out of that. We made a perfect ABCD correction here on May the 13th, and now we're having this run up here. Now, one of the main questions that I've had the same question asked twice. What is the timing band for this solar eclipse? Well, this is the 7th of June, and the eclipse doesn't come into the 10th, so that's 4 days. To me, that's too far away. I don't think the effects of that solar eclipse and new moon have started to come in yet. I believe it's 1 or 2 days before and 1 or 2 days after. The only thing I can focus on is what the patterns are doing, and when I'm doing that, that gives me an idea of where the time is. So it's the pattern that really tells me. Mr. Z, can you share your charts of November beans and Christmas corn? I certainly can, Mr. Z, so bear with me here 1 second. We'll start out here with the Christmas corn for you. And this also had a big move up to the upside. You'll be able to see here that this was as of Sunday night, and we did get up to the 1610 level. We were up about 20 cents at one time. We backed off just a tiny bit from that level. And then we want to take a look here at the soybeans, and son of a gun, if you wouldn't believe it or not, I don't have the Novembers in here. Why? I don't know. I thought I did, but I don't. Here is what we were looking at Sunday night early. And then, of course, we got that weather report that came out. And the market went all the way up to over $16. I think it hit $16.10 or something like that. And the cents sold off about 20 cents from that level. We are in the midst of a major weather market that has also the possibility of a supply-demand market because there's so little out there. Any trouble with the weather, and we're having hot, dry weather now. Well, it's not as dry as it was, but the weather's still very hot. And it's still not even the 4th of July. Shut the front door and raise the rent. We'll be right back.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, folks, I'll go through how I got shot twice. First time, 1973, Wilshire on Wilshire Boulevard at Wilshire Coin in Santa Monica. A drive-by, kids came by and were joyriding and fired 7 shots through a 9mm into the front window, and I happened to be standing there in front of the desk chatting with Bob, and I heard the first shot go off, and there was a mother and her little son there, and I pushed them to the floor, and then they passed up, but they fired. It was semi-automatic, I believe, and the police came, and of course I was standing there, and everybody seemed to be okay, and the policeman said, "Are you all right?" And I said, "Sure, I'm all right." And he said, "Well, you've been shot." And I said, "What do you mean I've been shot?" And then on my side, fortunately, I have an over-deposition of adipose tissue. For those of you not in the medical field, that means I'm a little bit rotund. I was quite thin at that time, but anyway, it grazed me across my side, and I had to go to the emergency room there at Santa Monica, and they sewed me up. And I didn't even stay overnight and everything, so it wasn't too bad. The second time was in Beverly Hills, and I was picking up some coins from A-Mark to deliver to one of our customers at Drexel. I had 50 Cougarans, and at that time, that would go. It was only about $230, so it was only about 10 grand, and I was standing there in front of the store, and 2 dudes came in with automatic weapons and started to spray the place with, automatic thing, and to try to steal what was in the cases and stuff. Fortunately, they didn't realize the security system that they had there was absolutely fantastic. And all of a sudden, these 3 high-powered security guards came out and fired away, and it was all over in a few minutes. But one of the bullets had scraped me across my scalp, and I didn't even know that either. And I came in, and I'm bleeding profusely down the back of my head, and I don't even know it. And then I feel the wetness in the back, and then they took me over to the Beverly Hills Hospital this time, and then sewed me up and sent me over. But anyway, I just, I tell you, nothing was more exciting to me. Well, I just don't know what happened this morning, folks. I really don't. I mean, I really felt that I had cut my hand. I mean, it had all the, I still can't believe it. And not only that, I called my doctor to make sure all my medications were up to date. I don't really take any medication, but that really shocked me this morning because I thought for sure I'd sliced up a couple of fingers. Okay, we're going to have Norm Winsky as our guest here. I posted the chart here. I want to get the chart of the euro up here. here because I think we're getting in an area of where we should be taking profits. That's my 2 cents worth, but we'll do that one thing at a time. A lot of information about the stuff with Apple going on today, folks. And remember, Apple has been in a very bearish market for quite some time. I want to bring this up. It's still it held the 78% support there at 123, but you're going to have to really kick Apple, and I think they will. I think they're going to try to get Apple into that 130, maybe even 134 level with this news out here, because if they can't do that, that's telling you that the marketing company of which Apple really is, it's just they don't produce anything, they job everything out. So they are a marketing company, and if they can't do that, they're going to be in different type of stuff. No, Marshall, I did not. By the time I got back, no, I was too. My adrenaline was going so much, I didn't. I just put it back in the refrigerator, and I, wait, because I had it frozen. That was the problem. Anyway. We'll move on here and just get on to the next thing we want to chat about here. Let's talk just a tiny bit about Tesla, because we had a request about this, and I do want to cover it. You'll see that on Friday, we had that, we were right almost at the 78% level after being down 5 days in a row. In order for Tesla to get bullish, it's got to get above 636, and it couldn't even take out the highs of Friday. I don't know if Tesla got above $600 a share today. Can someone tell me whether Tesla made it above 600? Because if it can't get above 600 and then goes back lower, that tells you that you are getting ready to go a whole lot lower in these things. So take a look at it. Yes, Tucker, I know whenever you're involved with that. I was also involved in a stick up in Los Angeles. I was in an elevator at the MGM Hotel right after it opened, and we were going up in the elevator, and someone got on the floor and then stopped the elevator, okay, put in a code, and then robbed everybody on the elevator and then sent the thing all the way to the top. Well, they got out and went down. It was a real scam. Well, this happened so much there that the people just wrote a check for everything that we had, and fortunately I had 4 Rolex watches on that day. So it turned out to be a very profitable thing. I was more scared with that than any of the other stuff that I've had to go through. One of the things, folks, when I do this show, I try to give you the best I can with the information that I have. But frankly, all these patterns, they repeat so much, they get a little boring. So the only thing I can fill in with is some of the stories that I've had through the whole years of looking at. And let's just get on to something else here. I wanted to carry something else here. There's one trade that I was really looking at this week, and that is the potential topping pattern that we have here in the hog market. We're getting up into that 120 range. We're way above the 120 range because we almost hit the 124 level today in July hogs. That happens to be a perfectly symmetrical ABCD pattern. If you look at the low on the 18th of April and you count the number of days into May 4th, and then you go from the 17th and 13th to where we are now, that brings us into today, June 7th. And so the hog should be talking at that time. No, Mr. Z, I'm not related to Will Rogers, but I used to go past Will Rogers State Park almost every day as I came in to work from Westlake Village over the Malibu Canyon and then into Pacific Coast Highway. I would drive back up the Pacific Palisades to Will Rogers, and that's where Jay Cross lived. He lived up on the Palisades. He lived next door to Sylvester Stallone, and so I would go there, pick up Jay, and we would go into the Conti commodity office and trade for a few hours and come back and have lunch. Those back in the old days when things were a lot different than they are now, folks. I'll tell you, with this internet, the way the stuff is out there, I mean, I read stuff from different folks. It's just not possible to what's going on. I want to show you something. This was a chart that John Jameson shared with me just to show you what's happening to the world. I want to show you this beautiful jewelry store in Manhattan. Look at this jewelry store. Isn't that something? The only problem, boys and girls, it's a Starbucks. Can you believe that? That's a coffee shop. And they get a nice little $4.50 per cup of Joe at that thing right there. So that is just amazing. Now you can get a really nice cup of coffee at McDonald's across the street for $1, and to me it tastes pretty much the same. Well, I think I wasted as much time as I can today. I'm a little shook up, boys, as you girls you can possibly tell. Anyway, we are going to have none other than Norman, who calls it to the minute, Winsky, and he's going to be our guest at the break. Tomorrow we will have Shane Smulligan, and on Thursday we will have Tim Bost, and he will be talking to us about that solar eclipse. So let's keep that in mind as we move through these things. So that's what we're watching here. So let's take a little break here. 877-927-6648.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks. By the way, on June the 16th, David White's going to have a great show on options from 4 to 5 p.m. New York time here at TFNN. So if you like options, he's one of the best. Anyway, speaking of one of the best and one of the rarest moments in our time frame here at TFNN, we have none other than Norm, who calls it to the minute, Winsky, on the line. Norm, how are you?
Hello, Larry. Thanks for having me on your show.
It's my pleasure. Go ahead, please.
Okay, well, I'm going to first review what I said when I was last on your show on Friday, May 21. Please note that everything I'm going to review is objective empirical information, astrological, planetary events. I know it's shocking, but I have no influence over the planets. Can't change this data at all. I have no influence over the markets. So it is what it is. All I can do is report what happened. Okay? If you are skeptical, you can go back and watch the May 21 show, and you'll see everything is exactly the same as what I presented then. All right, so you'll see AC here. That means after the close. So May 21, so Friday, that means something happened over the weekend. And we had Saturn in Aquarius turning retrograde. If you have any difficulty, any problem with any of my terminology, or to save time, you can call me. I'll give you a free class. I'll go over all the terminology here, okay? So anyway, Saturn has to do with, I told you back then, Saturn has to do with coffee, and because it's in Aquarius, has to do with copper, and the stocks are for everything. The stock market responds to just about everything. So it's like a given, you know? So then we had we'll be looking at the charts in a minute. Just going over these quickly, we had a total lunar eclipse on the night of the 25th, and that was also at perigee. That was expected to be something really powerful, and in some cases it was, and some cases it wasn't. Here's Uranus to the U.S. natal chart. Your natal chart is we take a snapshot of where the planets were at the time something was began, or something was born or began. In this case, the founding of the USA, which was on July the 4th, 1776. And then the weekend of the 28th, that was Memorial Day weekend. We had a 3-day weekend. We had a very unusual combination with Mercury, both turning retrograde and hitting 0 south latitude. Either one of those would be a top-notch thing in my methodology, and they happen together, which is very rare. So a huge double whammy for Mercury there, and Mercury in particular has to do with the grains and, of course, stocks. There you go. So here's our Saturn signal here for the weekend of the 21st. There's a nice low on coffee, and then it took off to the upside. If you're not familiar with coffee, every penny is worth $375. So I think you have about $6,000 there, maybe, if my math is right. That's not bad over about a week's time. And here on the grains, because we had, and Larry was talking about this last week, the crazy opening you had on Tuesday, June 1, on the grains, they had a huge spike up, blow off top right on the right in the first half hour or so, the grains. So I added a 1-minute bar chart over these hourly charts right there. There's like a micro shot there of what happened the first hour or so. There's a corn topped at 47 minutes, 9:47 Eastern time, about 17 minutes into the opening. And so depending upon how fast you were in putting in your order, depending on what kind of fill you got, but even the worst fill, you would have eventually, if you waited a few days, would have made money. But you can see here how it was pretty wild. But anyway, we had a blow off top there, and on your corn, your beans, and your wheat, as I will show you in a minute. And so that's I have to call that a winner. Let me go back here. Here's your moon here on the night of the 25th, opening 26. That was a low for the corn. Then we rallied up to the big Mercury window there for a top. Okay, same thing with the beans. You made a low on the moon, on the lunar eclipse, and then we went up to the Mercury window, double Mercury window there, and we made a top. Here's what happened in the first hour or two on the beans over here in this 1-minute bar. Right there you see we topped about 47, 48 minutes into the opening, and then I think it rallied about 30 cents and then dropped about 40 cents in the first hour or so, you know. And here's wheat, did pretty much the same thing, made a low right on the moon, and then you had a topping action here on the double Mercury window. So no fundamentals, don't care about crop reports other than there might be a crop report and you might want to stay out ahead of a crop report. Other than that, I don't know anything about fundamentals. I don't know much about growing crops or anything. I just look at these planets. It's, as Larry would say, it's pattern recognition. Go study the past cycles, and things tend to repeat. Here's the copper. I had copper under for the, Saturn in Aquarius turning retrograde. There you go. Because it was Aquarius, I have Aquarius associated with copper, and there's a nice low there for copper. And if you're not familiar with copper, every penny there is $250. So that was a lot of money there, going from about $450 to about $470 is about, about $5,000, right? And I'm not real good at mental math, but there you go. Here's silver making a top on the moon. Here's the gold making a top on the moon. Here's your S&P. Now, if something's going sideways or it's not a clear signal, then I take a pass, and that's a yellow bar there, and that's what I had there for the Saturn retrograde window. But then we had a little pullback here into the moon for a low, and then it kept going up past my U.S. point there on the 26th, and so that was a miss. Yep, I actually had a miss. And then we had rallied into the Memorial Day weekend and made a spike high right there on the opening on Tuesday, June 1. And that's been, I think we might have taken out that high a day or so ago. But that lasted for at least 3 days. And I had a big dip there. That was pretty good. Here's your T-bonds. I had 2 points for the T-bonds I showed you up above. Yep, there's your moon, and then we had the U.S. point there for the next day, which was near the top, and so you had 2 opportunities there to sell it, and the bonds went down. The dollar was really good. You made a low on the moon, and then on the U.S. point there, made a little bit of a high the next day, and then it went down. And here's your Aussie dollar going sideways, so we do nothing. Here's your British pound going sideways, we do nothing. Here's the euro, though, rallying nice and clear into our moon window there, and it made a nice top there. And here's your, why did I do this twice? Oh, sorry about that. All right, skip that. I put that in there twice. All right, here's your S&P, S&P, Japanese yen. We're just off the top there, so that's a nice selling opportunity there, and you had a big down. Here's your Swiss franc right on near the top there. There's the high there the day before, selling on the opening there. You would have done well. And so that's 24 winners out of 25. I know it's crazy. I can understand if you don't believe this. 96% winners. And here's what's coming up. So on the night of the 9th, that's AC after the close, Mercury will be apohealing. What does that mean? That's from Greek. The A means afar, and helion means sun. Helios in Greek is sun. And so Mercury in its 88-day cycle around the sun will be at its farthest point from the sun. Hello?
Norm?
Yeah.
We've been on a break for a minute. You just kept talking. You didn't hear the music, I guess, huh?
Oh, I get it. I didn't hear any music, no.
Yeah. Okay, we got to start.
Or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, we're back, folks. We're chatting with Norm Winsky of Astrotrans, Naples, Florida. Norm, right before the break, you were just getting ready to talk about the aphelion. Would you explain to the folks what that term means and how it affects the markets?
Okay, aphelion comes from Greek. If it has an A in the front, you have several terms with para or aphe in the beginning. At the A, here's your memory helper. A is for afar. So, and helio is from the Greek helios, is sun in Greek. So that means Mercury in its 88-day cycle around the sun is at its farthest point. You know, the planets don't go around the sun in a circular fashion. They are, what's the word? Elliptical. That's an elliptical, like an egg shape, you know? So there's a point where they're close and the point where they're far. And so the night of the 9th, Mercury will be aphelion. And so because it has to do with Mercury, we will be looking at your grains, and because it has to do with the sun, we'll be looking at things that are bright golden and glittery, like corn, gold, and OJ. It's a sunshine drink. And so those are the things you want to watch. And guess what? Also the same night, we have a solar eclipse. Again, the sun, another solar related event. And so, and because that's a new moon, all solar eclipses are a special type of new moon. We'll be looking at the usual suspects, which are your financials, grains, and precious metal, which reinforces the thing about the grains. You got your corn, and your precious metals, you got your gold. So emphasis on those markets. And then guess what? Then the next night, that's not all. We got Mars entering Leo, which is the sign for gold, corn, and OJ. So watch that. There you go. You got a big 2 to 3 day window there, 2-day window for those markets. If you're a gold fan, you want to keep your eye on gold right around that time. It could be something important there. And then we're going to skip ahead to the night of the 11th. That'll be Friday. We'll have Saturn line up with the U.S. chart, potentially powerful cycle for the U.S. And so that's your U.S. stocks, T-bonds, and U.S. dollar. And also over the weekend, we'll have Venus. Here you go. Here's it. Now you've learned Greek. Venus perihelion. That's the opposite of what Mercury's doing. Venus will be close to the sun, at its closest point to the sun. And so that'll be a major change in trend. Cattle, copper, corn, cotton, gold. And because it's sun, gold, OJ, sugar, wheat. And last time we had a major Venus point was over the weekend of the 7th of May, when Venus was 0 north latitude, and we had a whole bunch of markets topping between Friday and Monday back then. You might remember, your copper topped, and your S&P made a top on Friday, and even the lumber, which I don't even follow, but I looked at it then because it was at an all-time high. It topped on the 10th of May. So there you go. So watch Venus is important. And then the night of the 14th, which will be a Monday, you'll have Jupiter and geocentric Saturn in Aquarius, 90 degrees to Uranus in Taurus. So that'll be your cattle, coffee, copper, and cotton. Okay, so if you want any more information on this, I welcome you. Please call me. I'll give you a free class on all the whatever you want to know. And I also have I just did my report on the numbers, all my signals for this year, and in detail for May. And so you can get that for free. Just give me a call. I'll be happy to talk to you. Unlike some other market letter people, they say call contact my website. You can talk to me, no assistant, just me, and there you go. So I have about 50 years experience doing this. So looking forward to helping some of your folks. Here's my contact information. I'm in sunny Naples, Florida. Here's my phone, 239-594-3939. Here's my email, annwinsky@mbark, that's a Q there, mail.com. And there's annwinsky_1 on Skype. Looking forward to hearing from some of your folks, Larry.
Okay, Norm, we got a couple of questions. One is, with all the different markets you follow and all the different times that you're looking at, when you start your day, what do you look at 3 or 4 what you think are the best setups for the day? Is that how you approach it?
Well, the times give you what markets to look at, and then you look at the different charts and see, we're looking for the markets to get to some extreme, and the bigger the extreme, the better. If the market's going sideways, I don't bother with it. That's pretty much it.
Okay, yeah, but a lot of these markets are affected by the same thing. You'll get affected by the stocks and bonds and soybeans and stuff by one particular aspect. How do you pick which one of those things you're going to trade?
Well, you look at the one that seems to be at the biggest extreme. That's it.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
The one that's most the ones that are the most overbought or oversold, right? If they're just kind of diddling around, going sideways, that's not good. It's Newton's law. For every action, there's an opposite equal reaction. I got to get my reaction from going sideways, right?
Okay. Now, I have one other question from someone, and that is there a beginner book on astrology that you would recommend?
I have a beginner's course. If you want to get a hold of me, I'll get you on the track, and I'll give you personal coaching, tutoring, whatever you like.
Okay. Okay. That's option 2. Option 1 is there a book that you recommend on beginning astrology?
Yeah, I had that with my course.
And you want to tell us what the name of that book is?
I use Margaret Hohn's Modern Textbook of Astrology.
Say again, please.
Margaret Hohn's Modern Textbook of Astrology. That's the book I use.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough. All right, folks. Repeat again. Where's the best way to reach you, Norm?
You can call me and talk to me, 239-594-3939. That's 239-594-3939 here in Naples, Florida. You can email me, annwinsky@mbark with a Q, mail.com, or Skype, annwinsky_1. Looking forward to talking with some of your folks, Larry.
Norm, thanks for joining us, my friend. We'll have you on in a couple of weeks when we have another big lunar event, okay?
Great, super. How about May 21? How's that sound?
May 21st, by golly, 2 weeks from today, Norm is in the books. So we're going to have Norm 2 weeks from today. So we'll see you then, my friend.
June 20.
Okay.
June 21, right.
Okay, thanks a lot. That's June 21st. June 21st. Boy, I can't believe we're into June already. Where did the time go, Bubba?
June's busting out all over, Larry.
Yes, they are. Okay, thanks for joining us, my friend. I appreciate it very much.
Bye.
You bet. Okay, we will get back to Norm on the 21st of June. And my gosh, I believe that's going to be the equinox, isn't it? Yeah, I believe so. We're going to be right at the, that'll be an equinox. I said that right? Yeah, June is an equinox. Yeah, it sure is. Okay, let's move on here. We've got another question about Apple and these meetings that are going on, folks. I don't know anything about whether that's going to mean much in the market or not, but Apple is a marketing company, and they know how to move stuff. So, it's tough when they have these meetings to be on the short side of it, but they've got to start moving. You got to get this stock up above 130 for it to get some legs because it's been lagging badly. That doesn't mean it can't catch up. And we did get down as low as we were looking for the market to get to possibly that 119 level in Apple, but we haven't quite got there yet. We've been as low as 122, I believe, is a low. We're trading around 127, I believe, early this morning. Regarding the grain markets, yes, we're having some wild markets. Rich Anderson will be on Friday to give us a little chat. 877-927-6648.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Steve Rhodes. Stay tuned for another great hour of The Trader's Edge, heard here at TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks, and I've been asked to take a look at Apple for this morning. So if you bear with me 1 second here, I'll get the Apple chart up, and we will give it a little 10-cent version of what we think is going on. I think we're up today. Yeah, we got as high as we hit the 61% retracement. Shut the front door and raise the rent. Let's get this up here and we'll be able to see it. Give me a break here. And there's a little too many numbers on here, but I don't have time to change them. So I just want you to see one, and that is that the high today was a 61% retracement from the high back on May the 21st. So that's a very strong resistance there at 126.40. We're trading at 125.20. You'll notice that the low that we made on Friday was exactly at a 78% level at 123.20. So that's what's set up so far. We need to get this stock higher above that 127.90 level. Then it's got a chance to make the 134. But it's still not acting that well. We've been basically in a bear market, and this thing hasn't gone down much, which is good if you're in Apple. And this has been one of the best stocks to hold over the past 30 or 40 years. So just wait and see what they come up with as far as the next marketing tool that they're going to bring together here. As far as the weather market and the grains, we see this all the time. We've had quite a substantial break from the highs that we were in last night at 40 cents higher in the beans. Now we're only 10, 15 cents higher. So that's telling you that there is selling coming into some of these markets. And we certainly got our eye on what could be, the end of a major bull market, and we'll be transitioning into a demand market here very shortly, because we're coming into the 4th of July, folks, and the old adage at the Board of Trade is corn must be as high as an elephant's eye on the 4th of July. So that'll be something to look at in another 4 weeks when we get close to July 4th. Don't forget, folks, David Paul on the 16th of June. Mark your calendar, folks, because options are very, very important, especially in calculating standard deviations and stuff like that. And it's a great show, and Mr. Google really knows how to entertain. 877-927-6648.